Alright guys, today I finally get the hood on, all nice and lined up. It's pretty good. You can see I washed it a couple days ago and it's already full of dust. And only thing I gotta do is put the headlights in, the covers, and then put my blackouts in. To put it down I just have to push right here and it locks in. Then I wanted to show you up under here. My car had this little air dam piece and it's pretty much where it's gonna go, so all I have to do is drill some holes and put a little screw in there and it will hold that in. And I'm also gonna put the side covers back in. I had to cut them to fit the tow bar from Billy, but I'll do that's already cut out, so I'll put those back in so it'll be all like stock, so the airflow will still be intact and this thing won't overheat on hot days or going on the freeway. So that's where I'm at right now. All I gotta do is put the covers on and it's pretty much done. And the blackouts, and I gotta seal this car with some sealant. I gotta buff these doors one more time. There's still some haziness, some overspray on it, so today I'm gonna wash the whole car off, buff those doors, and then hopefully be able to seal it because it's gonna rain Friday. Looks like the summer's over and it's time for rain. Alright guys, I'm installing my headlight covers and the little plastic bezel inside. I was hitting a little bit on this right here, this turn signal shelf, so what I did is I cut off the plastic and I just trimmed this little piece here that was right there. I didn't have to I probably could have just trimmed this off, but since this is already painted I just left it as is and just trimmed that off. And you always have to trim the top off that's already been trimmed off, and it doesn't look like we're hitting anymore. These are kind of a pain in the butt to get perfect, so it's going to take you a while, but you don't want it hitting anything. You want a nice little gap all the way around, and constantly check your hood, make sure your hood don't hit it. You don't want to be too close to the hood either. I still got some more fiddling to do with this, but yeah, it's one of the hardest parts. Alright, headlight bezels are in place. Got one more of these to put in. I've already trimmed it. I'm gonna install it right now. Alright, got both of those bezels in. It took some fiddling to get it just perfect, and it's still probably not even perfect. This one could be raised up just a hair right here, but for the most part it's getting there. And I thought I would have to trim this turn signals, but I didn't have to. So it's a tight fit, but after moving it around, you'll get it. Alright, show you a quick view. Want to open up the hood. So I got the latch in here, hood latch thing, and you want to have this loosened up. Tighten it down when you got the hood, everything, the fenders, everything where you want it. Then install this and fit it to the latch. Do that last, and you can see the turn signals are in there. And I'll lift these up so you guys can see. It's getting dark, and it's real close, real tight fit. You can see it's almost hitting here on this edge. What I did was I took some sandpaper on a little block because it was getting real close there. Open up this thing all the way. Take your little block and just sand it on that corner. Right here was almost hitting This is going to have a plexiglass here too, so yeah, just sand it until it clears this little edge. Before you paint this bumper, you could always sand in here instead of sanding that. Grind this down from the inside, but I already painted it, so that's why I'm sanding here. Same thing on this side. This one needs a little more fiddling. To get it perfect, but you can see it's not hitting. These headlights are probably the hardest thing to get adjusted on the car. So there you have it. That's the season 1 nose, the new one that I made with the turn signals installed on the shelf. Alright, here's my kit, and you can see it's full of dust. Yesterday I got the headlights in with the bezels for the headlights, and the fitment is pretty good. It's not perfect, but I could still mess around with them a little more. But for now I'm going to give it a wash, because this car is full of dust and dirt, and I still got to buff out the doors one more time because I got some overspray on it, on the doors. And then I'm going to actually seal this car because it's going to rain this Thursday, Friday. I want to seal it and make sure that it's nice and sealed, so when it does rain it just kind of falls off of the car. So that's where I'm at. Got myself a brand new wash sponge, and got to rinse this thing off. Alright, here's the car after it's been washed. Used hot water and just regular dish soap, Dawn or whatever it was. Gonna have to get new tires later on. I still gotta put my blackout cover on, and I gotta buff this door out. This door's got a lot of haze on it. Other than that, everything else looks good. The rims need to be painted. Gotta take those off later on and get them painted. And I still haven't buffed this out. This has been wet sanded, this headlight, but I have never buffed it, so I gotta buff that out. That's why it looks dull. But the overall fit, I'm happy. You can see the scanner right there is nice and slim. Fits perfectly with the hood. I don't even see a gap in there. See that? That's like a 1-inch scanner right there. I had a KRE special design, that one. Had it manufactured for me. I only had a few made. Just so it could be more accurate like the shows was. Billy Gunter's tow bar with the camera that he added to it. It looks pretty cool. The reason why I like that on my car is because I have it stick out just a little bit. So if you ever hit like a one of those stop bumps, it'll hit this before it hits the bumper. Kind of give it a little protection. And yeah, that's about it. I gotta get the buffer out now, the DeWalt buffer, and buff out these headlights and do the doors and a couple other little spots over here. And then later I'll put those little vents back in. And I still gotta clean up these glass windows. Still got a little bit of overspray on them with the razor blade. A lot of work, and really hard to keep a black car clean. Alright guys, just finished washing the car for the second time today. The reason why I washed it again is because I buffed out the headlights and buffed out this area here. I had some swirls in here, and I had to buff out this door because I had a lot of overspray on it. So I buffed out this door again, and I had a bunch of dust from that, from all the compounds, so I had to wash it again. So this is washed for the second time. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to seal the car with a protectant sealer. That's what I'm gonna be doing next. All right, now that the car's been painted and washed and waxed, or not waxed, but buffed, what I'm doing is putting on a synthetic sealant 2.0. It's Meguiar's Mirror Glaze number 21 professional stuff. This is like 50 bucks, 50, 60 bucks for this little 2-quart. Don't know why I bought so much, but I did. And I just apply it on with this pad. And you just apply it on and then wait about 10 minutes for it to haze up. And then you wipe it off with the microfiber towel. And I should be doing this in the shade, but it's not too hot today. Probably 70s. Panel temperature is not too bad, so I'm almost done. I already did the whole car except for the fender and door. And I wanted to show you guys real quick what I did under the car. For the under pieces, you can see them here. What I did is I used the original bolts for this one, and then right here all I did was drill 2 holes and use the similar bolts. Sorry, it's kind of, sun's right in the way. You see the 2 bolts I put in to hold this piece in the front, and then I used the same bolts over here to hold up this center piece. And you can see it looks pretty professional. Okay, so I got the air dam still connected, and I got my grills installed. It's just black. It's a pain in the butt. It gets so dirty so quick. I don't know, I might have to sell this thing because I can't handle the dirt and dust that gets on it. Alright, last thing I did today was I just installed the wheel well here, this little inner piece, and I did that. I waited to the last. I put new clips in all of them. Only thing is I gotta take the wheel off and drill a couple holes to put some new screws in, because when you realign the fenders and all that, it will mess with those screw locations. A couple of them did fit in there, but there's still a couple that I gotta re-drill, and I'll do that another day. But I just gotta install my little air vents, which is already painted. Just gotta find them. They're in the garage somewhere. This thing's now sealed, which should protect it from the elements. Okay, it's looking good. My paint job is not like the most perfect paint job in the world, but it came up pretty good. Again, I just gotta refinish those wheels, put some new tires on it, and this thing should look real nice. Next, I'll be working on a dash for this car too. That's it for now. And actually, I like the way this bumper looks with the turn signal covers not there. It actually looks pretty stock without the plexi inserts, if you can see what I'm talking about in the video. It actually looks the part. It doesn't look off. It looks like it was meant to be that way. And I was able to get mine lined up pretty good with the turn signals. It took a lot of fiddling though. But yeah, I kind of like the way it looks without the blackouts. Probably going to add the blackouts anyway, but it gets real hot where I live in the summers, and I just have a feeling those blackouts are gonna want to bend, and so if they do it, I could always leave it the way it is, just the way you see it right now, because it actually looks pretty good like that. That's it for now.